Welcome back. So in this video, we'll go through the practical demonstration of vulnerability scanning. So we'll move on to the demonstration. For this demonstration, I'm going to use the Kali machine. So initially, we'll see how to install the vulnerability scanner. So basically, there are many vulnerability scanners used in the production environment, including Qualys, Nessus, Nexpose. So several vulnerability scanning softwares are there. So out of that, for this demonstration, I'm going to use a Nessus. So initially, we'll start with downloading the Nessus software. So you can just go to the Google and you can search for Nessus download, and you can go to Nessus vulnerability assessment. You can download it from the tnable.com, so which is the official site of Nessus. And here you can see there are various different license or products are available, so including Nessus Essential, Nessus Professional. Nessus Essential is basically a free product where you can scan up to 16 IPs, and Nessus Professional is a professional version where you can scan unlimited IPs. So this particular version, obviously, you need to purchase license, and you can also go with the cloud-based solution also, that is with tenable.io. So for this demonstration, I'm going with Nessus Essential. Even this will be more than enough for your lab environment for learning purpose. So when you're working as a penetration tester, in that case, you can go with the professional version. So for the learning purpose, Nessus Essential version is enough. So let me choose the Nessus Essential. And here we'll be asked to register for getting the activation code. So for which you need to use your business email ID. So instead of using my official email ID, I can get a temporary email ID from this website. So temp-mail.org. So where you can get a temporary email. So using which you can uh, um, register with the Tenable website and you can get the license. So let me copy this email ID and let me go to the Nest Tenable website. I'm using the same email ID and then get started. And you'll be actually I have just before I have registered. So since I have already registered, I got the activation code through the email, and this is the email, this is the activation code I got. So using the one email ID you can register only once, so that's why here I'm getting the warning message that you have reached the limit on the number of codes. So no issues, since already I have received the activation code, I can use the same. And once you have received the activation code, you can download and you can install the product. And for downloading, I can go with another URL. Even once you have registered, from there itself you'll get the download option, or immediately when you click on the get started, so you'll get this window where you can download the Debian package. So basically Kali is a Debian version operating system. So you can, so the Kali operating system is a 64-bit operating system. You need to choose the right version for your uh, Kali. So Nessus 8.14 Debian 6 IMD 64 is the package. And when you click on the download, you will be asked to accept the license agreement. Accept it, and you can save the file. And here you can see the progress of the download. So the download is completed. Once the download is completed, you can start installing the package. For installing the package, go to the terminal, and since we have uh, downloaded inside the downloads folder using ls, you can see this is the package which we have downloaded just a while before. And now we can start installing the package. For installing the package, you can use the option dpkg. So dbn package, since we are installing the dbn package, so the command you need to use is the dpkg -i is to install, and -r is to remove the installed package. and give the after hyphen I you need to give the package name. So if you're in a different path, you need to give the complete path where the package file is available. So after entering the package name, just press enter, and now the Nessus package is getting installed, and just it'll take a less than a minute to complete the installation. So after installing the Nessus package, you need to start the service. So here you'll got the uh, instruction to start the service. So you can just copy and paste the command to start the service. So systemctl start nessus t dot service. So when you press enter, the service will get started. And now you can get into the Nessus console through the web browser. And here you can see the https colon comet is my host name of the Kali machine, and followed by the port number 8834 is the port number of Nessus. So I'm going to the new tab, typing https colon double slash. You can use localhost or the host name or the IP address, so whichever you can, colon 8834, and this is the console. So initially you can choose whichever the product you are going to use. I'm going to use the Nessus Essential. After selecting the product, press continue, and once again it will ask you to register. So since we have registered this already, so we need not to go with this step. If you haven't got the activation code earlier, so here from here you can register. Since we have done this step earlier, so I'm skipping this. And here activation code, already I got the activation code. Then I can continue. And once you give the activation code, it will ask you to create the user account, that is the administrator account. So you can use any name you want. I'm just giving the name admin, and you can create whatever the password you want, then press submit. And once you gave the account name and the password, so initially it will start initializing, and it will download the plugins. It will download the up-to-date plugins, and the initial compiling will start. So this will take a while, maybe sometimes 10 to 15 minutes also. So based on your internet bandwidth and your system's performance, the duration may vary. So to cut off more recording time, I'll just pause the recording, and I'll resume the recording once the uh, downloading plugin and compiling the plugin is over. I'll resume the recording. And after downloading the plugins, so compiling of the plugins is under progress, and compiling of plugins also will take a while. And also make sure the Kali machine is not going to the sleep mode, because if the Kali machine goes to the sleep mode, sometimes the compiling plugins may fail. So make sure your screen is active till the compiling plugins is over. So this will also take a while. So once again, I'll pause the recording, and I'll resume the recording once the plugin is compiling the plugin is over. So the compiling of plugins is almost done. So within few minutes, the compiling will get over. So the compiling of the plugins is nearly done. So once the compiling of the plugins is done, so automatically the page will move on to the Nessus management console. So where you can uh, configure or you can create the targets and you can start scanning the uh, target devices which is in your network, and your network devices shall be physical devices, or that is the physical machines or virtual machines, or it shall be Windows based computers or Linux based computers, and it shall be any network device which is connected, so that can be assessed using this Nessus. So similar like this, you can also use any other product like OpenVAS or Nexpose or Qualys. So these kind of products are used in most of the corporate environments. So if you're going to be a penetration tester, so in that case, you need to get the licensed version of the product, which is comfortable to you, maybe price wise as well as the feature wise, so you can choose whichever the product you want. Even if you're configuring the vulnerability scanner for your organization, again you can have this Nessus installed in a Windows machine or a Linux machine. Currently, we have installed the Linux version, that is Debian version of the Nessus. So you can, if required in your environment, you can install, you can download and install the Windows version of the Nessus also. So choice is yours. So you're the server in which the Nessus is installed. It shall be a physical machine or a virtual machine. Again, the choice is yours. So basically, uh, there are many service providers or product vendors who offer the uh, vulnerability scanners. And nowadays, vulnerability scanning as a service is offered by the cloud service providers. Even the service providers like Qualys also, they offer the vulnerability assessment as a service. So based on your organization's requirement, you can also go with the a cloud version of the scanner. So even though you go with the cloud version of the scanner, because the scanning has to be done continuously. So before uh, uh, exploiting, you can scan the targets and you can get the vulnerability information, and using the vulnerability information you got, you can attack the target. And also uh, for the see this vulnerability scanning or vulnerability assessment, that this should be a continuous process. So after any change has made in your targets, say example, in my web application I have made some configuration changes, maybe it might be a security related configuration or any configuration change. After any change has been done in your server, so immediately the vulnerability assessment has to be performed. So you need not to have any standard schedule for this scanning, because as I said earlier, when you are performing the vulnerability scanning of your servers, so it shall be based on the change. After any change made on your servers, you can perform the uh, vulnerability scanning. And for the end user devices, you can have a regular schedule, so after which you can perform the vulnerability scanning on the devices. And here you can see you got the welcome message. So from now on you can start configuring, and you can start configuring the targets, and you can start performing the vulnerability scanning. And that's what for this video. In the next video we'll see how to perform the vulnerability scanning and how to uh, interpret the vulnerability informations.